Welcome to Whose Turn Is It Anyway, your board game and tabletop podcast that puts you in the centre of our gaming group. In this episode, we cover board game etiquette and shine a spotlight on how good our manners are at the table, which should be interesting with these reprobates, as I'm here with Rob.
Hi.
Kerley.
Charming.
Davey.
Oh, you took that spot!
I'm already getting, involved with the etiquette
Oh,
side.
okay. Yeah, I did wonder where you were going with that. I like it. I like the energy.
There we go.
Keep it up.
I love the way how you instantly went to roleplay.
Don't you?
No, not usually.
No. How was everyone else?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, all to the good here, thank you.
All to the good.
All to the good, baby.
Nice.
All to the good. All to the good. All to the good.
Thanks for that.
That's right.
So yeah, before we get started, we've actually got some news. So we've kind of got to the position with the podcast now. Episode 40, we've been doing this for, I don't know, a year and a half.
About that,
Yeah.
And going well. We still got loads and loads of content in the chamber. We love doing it. It's amazing. But we kind of got to the position where we kind of want to get some help, right?
Yeah.
And we want kind of our listeners, if possible, to come and help support the show and kind of keep it going, because these things aren't free.
No.
They cost money. We all kind of have our jobs and we do, our day jobs and get things going that way. But we all do this in our spare time and we love it. But we'd love some support as well. We're kind of launching a program where our listeners can kind of support the show, and we're doing that through a platform called Ko-fi, which is K-O-F-I. So it kind of works similar to other platforms that you've probably heard of, like Patreon, and insert any other kind of Patreon-like platform in here. And yeah, you can kind of support the show as one-off, or you can support as a kind of monthly subscriber, and it really will kind of help us grow the show, help us get kind of more and more equipment to kind of improve our sound quality. And also we kind of want to get our supporters involved in kind of, choosing some of the content that comes onto the show. Because as first players, we all kind of have our ideas. We tend to pick, 3 episodes before we kind of launch them. But maybe there's something we can kind of share with the supporters.
Yeah, we have a bit of a backlog, don't we?
So we've got loads of
loads of ideas. So
we're not slowing down. Is the
be
point.
nice to give us some little bit of direction.
Yeah, like what do you want to hear?
There.
Do you want to hear this? Do you want to hear that? Give us some kind of influence over that. So yeah.
We also want to be transparent, and where any funds that you do decide to give to us, we're going to be transparent with that and what it's spent on, because we've got equipment and Adobe and stuff like that. So
yeah, there's podcast hosting. There's obviously the like you say, Adobe to kind of produce the episodes. There's transcription software. There's a lot actually that happens behind the scenes that a lot of people don't realise, just to try and get a good quality show.
Shit, you guys work really hard on this, don't you?
Yeah. Some of us more than others, but that's cool. That's
the thing, it all mounts up, doesn't it, into quite a significant amount per year sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's just a help, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just a little bit of help, and
we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And like, if people can't afford it, economy is what it is at the moment, and it's it's not like we're going to stop doing what we're doing. But every little helps.
Yeah.
Tesco.
Please sponsor us.
Yeah. To be honest, if Tesco sponsored us, we wouldn't even need to do it, would we? No. It would be a good show. Yeah, as sponsored by Tesco.
Selling the soul to Tesco.
For a packet of crisps.
And some Rolos. Yeah. But that's all I'm going to say about it, is you can kind of get more details in the show notes. It'll be in kind of all our show notes from now and even our previous episodes. So you can kind of jump onto our Ko-fi page, leave a tip, subscribe, interact with us in that way. So yeah, I just want to say big thank you for letting us do our little newsy little update, and hopefully you can support the show.
Yeah.
Shall we get on with it then?
Off we go.
Let's do it. So now we're in the segment Let's Talk About Hex, where we talk about all of our games we've been playing, all got to the table recently. So I'm going to start with Madame Kerley.
Madam. I've got promotion.
You've upgraded, yeah.
I'm on form today.
Thanks, mate.
It's your dominatrix title.
Me at the weekends when I got my stilettos.
Take me home, Kerley.
Of Rob.
What have you been up to, mate? What have you been doing?
So gaming wise, I've been up to a lot. Not that long, been back from America, absolutely loved it. Then, you guys away at Essen, and I had a good time while you guys,
Essen,
lived it up. I've been really enjoying the new Ark Nova expansion. Marine World.
Nice.
Which Becky lovingly brought back from Essen with her.
She skipped back with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just holding it in the air like a little trophy.
Yeah.
She skipped a couple of queues to get that as well.
Yeah,
You gotta-
probably. Barging her way through.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Becky.
She deserves it after that.
Every time we
Board
mention
gaming etiquette. We should do Q etiquette.
Yeah. It's just the English etiquette.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's right. It's disgraceful. It's like anti-English, really.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Like, it makes
I would feel awful to think I skipped a Q.
it makes me shudder.
Yeah.
The Englishman.
I've
in
seen
it.
queues that don't go anywhere because there's a queue there and then people just start queuing.
Yeah.
That's usually the English way.
Yeah,
so.
it's like, that must be interesting. Let's get in it.
Yeah, must be something good at the end of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Becky brought that for me. I integrated it with the base copy, and it's really good fun. Really enjoying it. The only thing I would say, as any form of negative, is not really, is the fact that there's about 50 new cards. So obviously you don't see them.
Mm-hmm.
You can go quite a long time in a normal game without really seeing any of the new cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, some really interesting aspects to it. So I'm not going to go through the base game of Art Nova, but as far as what it actually adds, well, one of the big things is there's, I don't know, I'm thinking off the top of my head, maybe 200 cards in Art Nova base game. Well, it adds another 50 to that, around that. But what's nice is instead of that clogging up, because the big complaint about Arc Nova was the fact that the deck was too big, you couldn't get your combos out. Well, what they've done with this one is all of the new cards, not replacements for, modifications, but the brand new ones, have wave icons on them.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you draw that and put it into the shop, for want of a better word, I forget what they call it now.
The
but
row. But
yeah, that's it. You take one off the bottom, so the row is moving a lot quicker to make up for the fact that you got 50 more cards in there. So really like that mechanic. I thought that was really clever and actually solved some of the problems I had with the base game, as well as making the additions no issue as well. So yeah, there's a new creature called Sea Creatures, which you have to put. Mostly, you have to put them in aquariums. So there are new buildings, aquariums, 5 size, 2 size. Yeah, that counts as a water icon. Has to go near a water bit on your map as well. So that's cool. But they work pretty much the same as everything else. There's a few new abilities like Shark Attack, which is cool. Which is quite a rare one. It is like your big creatures, but what that does is you get to eat something from the row, and then you take half of the appeal of the thing you ate.
Oh, nice.
As like a little bonus. So if, there's something big on it, Shark Attack, and like some of the bigger ones have Shark Attack too, so you can do 2 of them and things. So.
That reminds me of that Wingspan Predator where
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to go and take the bird with certain
That's
wings.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
so
like
it's
that.
similar to that. So that's cool. And like, there's a bunch of different ones as well, like another sponsor card that lets you search for more sponsor cards. So every time you play a C card, you get to search through the deck for a sponsor card and stuff. So
And there's the reef.
I forget. I always get the wording wrong. Is it reef or coral or
Something
reef
like that. I
coral?
think it's reef, but I'm unsure.
It's a little
what to
symbol. It
call
looks like a coral reef symbol on the right-hand side of the card, which, to be fair, is on a lot of the cards, a lot of the new cards, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting, is when you play it, you not only get the abilities, which can be quite good, like off the top of my head, 3 money, or swap an X for 5 money, or pay 5 for an X, so whichever way round. But the good thing is when you play it, it activates all other coral reefs in your tableau.
So you get a lot of chaining.
So you get a lot of chaining. Like I say, there's not many of them, so you're not talking about anything super powered, but one of them's going to conservation.
Oh,
But
well,
obviously
that's a
that's
big
quite
deal.
an expensive one, but
Yeah.
it is a big deal. So yeah, that's really good. But one of the things that I really like, there's an additional university on there. Now, what the university does, which I really like, it gives you a research icon, which is the same as a lot of them do. In addition to that, it gives you an animal tag, so it helps you towards your conservations. And this is big, and I didn't realise this the first time I played it, it's got a magnifying glass on with that animal tag in it as well. Now, what that means is you get an animal tag for the university, and then you search the deck for that animal.
Oh
and
no!
you draw it.
I missed that.
Yeah.
My birds.
So, yeah, this is it.
You can fish out what you're after.
Yeah, you don't technically fish out. You draw until you come across that tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I said the first time
that
I
would have
did
been
it,
really
I
good,
got a
'cause
sponsor card that had that tag and I couldn't play it.
But that's the
So
difference.
it's
of
like,
you,
it was a bit. So it is a bit luck of the draw.
Yeah, that's the difference of you being able to fulfill a conservation project or not.
Exactly. But
Like,
that's
you're sitting
2
on
tags
3.
towards it though,
Yeah.
which is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I played that bird when I played that university when I had a lot of bird things, so it all comboed with that, which is quite nice. but I didn't realise about the card. I missed
I
that.
didn't know in the first game, so it was only when they said, what's that symbol down there?
Yeah,
I was
look
like,
it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
Which would have been very nice, because
there's
dried up.
Yeah, that's it, and it's just... Yeah, it's one of them. It just helps fulfill and helps part of the problem with people managing to get their combos.
Yeah.
Which is a really good thing.
That is good.
But there's only one of each animal type, so you do have to make sure you get the one that you want and stuff. So, but yeah, apart from that, it pretty much plays the same with some really nice, cool abilities on there. So they have done some really nice replacement cards for some of the final scoring, some of the more difficult ones. So, for example, the people always, including me, complained about the fact that the rock icon final scoring one was really difficult.
Yeah.
So they've reduced the amount of rock icons you need to be able to get the full 4 conservation. And they've done the same for large animals, whereas now you need only 4 to get all 4 conservation points. So it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've just, for me, they've tidied up a lot of the kind of the loose little edges to it. So
Drafting the actions as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's massive.
card.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
yeah.
Davey. Yeah. So essentially at the start of the game, there's 4 different types of card for each card type. So essentially what I mean is every action card that you've got below your board.
So you'll
you
build
have to do
your
the
sponsors
action.
and cards.
Build
Yeah.
sponsors,
Yeah.
association, all of those. There's 4 special versions of those in the box. So what you do at the start of every game is you get dealt 3 of those special ones, and you take one that you really fancy, pass the other 2 on, and then you take one, pass it on, and then you end up with 3 again, and you get to keep 2 of them, and you get those permanently. So it's like 2 super powered ones of your cards, and it works great. I mean, some of them are like powerful and some of them are small. For an example, there's a build that says whenever you build, you can build a kiosk for 3. On the normal one and 2 on the other one. So it's really good on the basic build because it means you can build a kiosk every time. So you can build 2. You know, it just
You
makes
can get
little
that
differences.
extra income earlier rather than because it's quite difficult.
One that I had when I played it yesterday with Dan, Mr. Dan Absey.
New player on the pod.
Exactly.
Sort of still.
Was a really good, powerful one. But it was really interesting and plays differently. Was an association one that when you upgrade it, the normal one's fine as well, but when you upgrade it, you take universities and partner zoos from supply, and you can have more than one of the same type of both.
Ooh.
So I thought that was a really good, but super powerful, I thought.
That's cool.
Yeah, because the money reduction on a certain continent.
You double
Yeah,
down
that's
on
right. Yeah. So that was really interesting, and that was
Sweet.
an example of how powerful it can be. But other ones are a little bit, little bits here and there. Like the one that I used that probably I got the most use out of is cards. For those of you who know the game, the basic card ability you snap on 5. Well, this one on the base one snapped on 3.
Oh, that's powerful.
So that's powerful. And then when you flipped it and did the upgraded version, you snapped on 2 instead of 3, which is what. And you double snapped on 5.
Double snap.
Double snap. So yeah, it was like little differences, and they can be quite powerful. So
Mixes the games up a bit as well.
yeah, it's all about variety, isn't it? So yeah, it's a totally successful expansion for me. Really enjoying it. It doesn't change very much, which I kind of like.
It adds enough though, doesn't it?
It does add enough without it feeling like a different experience.
Yeah.
So absolute thumbs up from me. 9.5 out of 10, I would say, for the experience.
Madam Kerley, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, definitely. That stamp of approval.
That's an image I'm not getting out of my head for a long time. So I'm going to go next.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah, why
and
not?
from the latest hotness to the very, very oldness, we played Game of Thrones.
We did.
Which is Fantasy Flight's 2012 release.
Yeah.
11 years old.
Lots of random
Second
bullshit,
edition.
wasn't it?
Yeah, random bullshit.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I think it's nowadays it's just such a poor design.
Yeah.
Like compared to I spent the whole game where I felt like I did nothing wrong and I got a kick in the whole game, right?
Yeah.
But I still loved it. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
really know why.
Yeah.
But
So for those that don't know what Game of Thrones is, it's essentially, I think everyone knows what Game of Thrones is, but the board game version of it is kind of like a tactical war game where you have the map of Westeros and you all play as the different houses of Westeros. So I think I played as Greyjoys, Kerley with the Arryns, Davey with the Martells,
I was.
Sexy Martells
Sexy
in the
Martells,
southeast, right? And I think we had Marcus, who was the Tyrells.
Tyrells, yep.
And Tambo with Lannisters.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then Dan was. Oh wait, there, no, he didn't show up.
Yeah. Yes, Dan let us down. Did you, Dan?
The ghost of Dan.
Naughty Dan.
So the Starks were played by the Vassal, and so were the Baratheons.
So the Baratheons.
So we made a conscious decision to actually just play on the Westeros map, because I have the Mother of Dragons expansion, which adds the Essos board and the Targaryens, but I wanted to play classic Thrones.
I think I preferred it.
And boy, was it different.
I think we could add in though the
Iron Bank.
the Iron Bank, and still it'd be okay.
And other developments.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it would it balance it or not.
Yeah, I'd have to have a look.
I think we should give it a go with the Iron Bank.
I mean, the game's
janky
janky
anyway.
The game's janky anyway.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, just chuck the bank in, because that's the bit I missed. I did like the
Yeah.
bank, the little things you could buy, because that can swing. Say you're so far behind, you could just try and build up power and spend that on the bank.
Raise
instead.
armies.
Or it could mean someone who's ahead gets even further.
Yes, and that is a downside
So
of it.
so you got the Westeros map. You have your armies in different sections on the map, and you kind of issue in orders face down, which is the best part of the game. I think for me is like, what's everyone doing? It's that intrigue around the table of these tokens are going face down. You don't know if they're march orders or if they're consolidate powers or raids or whatever, and you're going, are they going to help me? Or are they coming in this round? Do I defend? Or do that? And that tension is just brilliant. I love that part of it. And everyone reveals and swears.
Yeah. I think everyone had a breakdown at one point. I think I broke down first turn. You had then broke down straight afterwards.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And then Marcus was second turn because of Tambo just turned around and attacked him.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
He did a 180 and went south and attacked him. And went,
You know, the thing that annoyed Marcus is basically because I talked him into it.
Yeah, you did, And then Kerley, I think yours was like turn 4.
Turn 4 when we still hadn't done a supply yet, and I was on 1. So I was there with my
And then
rubbish.
Tambo's was like turn 3. So everyone had a breakdown at some point in that
you have
game.
to with Thrones.
Yeah,
you
you
got
have
to.
to.
If you don't have a breakdown while playing Thrones, you're not playing it
No,
properly.
exactly.
Like you said, that game's really janky. Looking back now, it's very slow.
Yes.
But God, is it tense? And
Yeah.
it's that makes the game. It's not a great game, but the interaction around the table.
the players that make it.
It's fantastic.
When you've got the right group and you're just jabbing each other and getting in each other's kind of faces and taking the piss. And that's just winding each other up in the context of the game, of course.
Yeah.
That's where it really sings, because there's not really a game that I own that does it better than that. That really makes you feel like shit, but also makes you feel amazing when you pull these things off, or you persuade certain people to do certain things. And you go, that was awesome.
T.I.'s got a
thematic,
little bit
isn't
of
it?
it, Twilight Imperium,
But it's
not
less
quite.
condensed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is exactly like Game of Thrones. Like, it doesn't work, but if you think about it, Game of Thrones, or in that kind of setting where everyone's backstabbing each other and stuff like that, there was no balance and this random crap happens.
Yeah.
So its theme is on point.
It's just
Do
circumstance.
you know a random fact about this game is that it came out before the TV show?
Yeah, it was based on the
Oh, the
books.
first edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was based on the books. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And they must have been rubbing their hands together when the TV show
Yeah, they did a
came out.
reissue for sure.
Yeah.
I do wonder whether they could do like a reimagination of it and try and balance it out, and whether it would be better, or whether it would just feel different and weird.
Just
I'm not
feel
sure.
too
But
deterministic.
I just
for a
think the
Thrones
potential
game.
of it is so good. Like, we love it so much, and it is just the janky rules and imbalance that takes away from it. So I just wonder whether they could fix it.
Or do a new one on House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Rather than having a set of dragons that everybody just picks on and kills the
Everyone's
dragons.
got dragons.
Everyone's got dragons. Oh, it'd be amazing.
That's not a bad shout. But the game, I think, was the quickest Game of Thrones game we ever played. We got to 5 rounds. It was about 3.5 hours because the teach and intro was quite long. So it was about 3.5 hours long, which is the fastest Game of Thrones game
And
ever.
who won this
We
game?
weren't messing around, actually.
Who won it?
Oh, it doesn't
Who
matter.
won this game?
Me,
Me, baby.
No, it doesn't matter.
Greyjoys, baby. That's the
that out.
second time I won with the Greyjoys.
I
You know,
know.
Greyjoys are really difficult to play with, so fair play to you.
Well, not when I play.
I do think
This
you
is why you're a bad winner.
I think it
think
helps
you-
having Stark as the vassals.
Yeah,
though.
I think not having Dan there and
Help
the
me
fact-
beating Tambo up with as Lannisters next door. That was
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Just beating him into submission. Go, no, I'm having the seat.
I don't know why he turned onto Marcus. He should have
was
just.
brilliant,
He
though.
should have fought me.
Yeah, he
He
should
should
have
absolutely
I don't
fought
think
me.
Marcus was going to stab him at any point.
Yeah, but the problem is like you and Marcus making that early alliance.
We have to down there.
Yeah,
though.
I know you do, but it means that Tambo kind of has to push back
Yeah.
because you had a vassal above you,
Yeah.
and Tambo was above Marcus, what do you do?
This is his word for word speech to Tambo. This is literally what he
This
said
is
to
it.
him.
But what do you do? But the problem is I could then fight JP off, but I was getting absolutely annihilated with no supplies and no armies, and I was getting walloped by flipping Davey with his vassal. I was just like, oh my god! It was like I was fighting like two people at the same time.
But I knew I had to push up a little bit, and then I was going to break off. And now I'd built my army up. I was then going to turn on Marcus, but JP basically just won it a little bit too early because I think I would have had it that turn otherwise. But it was one of those games.
So I'm going to end because we've had a request, and Mark Monk, who's Ninja Geek Games, every time I put a post on the socials about Game of Thrones, he's like, "Where's my invite?" He loves Game of Thrones.
Oh,
so I think we need to get a game in with Mark.
Yeah.
And go all in 8-player. So yeah, that's me. Thrones, love it.
Yeah.
Can I make a request from the listeners?
Yeah.
I love the flipped order mechanic that Game of Thrones has. Right. Can you give us some games that aren't janky and are balanced and have better rules and are more modern that have that mechanic and do it really, really well?
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, listeners.
I would like to hear it.
Kerley's request on you, find him a game that has that mechanic. There we go.
Hive mind.
Yes.
So, I'm going to go from really old game to really new game again. Go to you, Davey. What have you been doing, mate?
So,
Like I don't
what
know.
have we been doing?
I know.
I
I was right there with you.
Yeah.
It's like Essen never ended with you two, Jesus.
We're still in Essen. We're still there,
They're
mate.
still enjoying their bromance.
Yeah.
We were invited by Paul from Gaming Rules to go and play the Old King's Crown. So we've played before in the Expo, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, we got to go on a live stream and play the newest version of it. There might be still some changes, but go check it out. And we had a great time.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, it was real good fun. There are some rules that might be changed and some more clarification, but the core game is a great game. It's right up my street. If you don't like heavy player interaction and kind of there's a lot of bluffing to go along with it, there's a lot of powers that kind of combo off of each other.
It's quite mean.
It is quite mean. The basis of the game is you have a faction, you have powers, you have a deck of cards, 5 cards in front of you, they each have a value. You've got 3 different regions. You've got the Highlands, the Plateau, and the Lowlands. You play cards into these after there's certain phases: spring, summer, autumn, winter. You play cards into these kind of areas, and after certain triggers with your powers, etc., when everyone's played their cards face down, and there'll be a lot of like kind of randomness that happens as well, you flip up your cards, and it's basically highest wins that clash in that area. Yeah, but they each have keywords that can happen. So if you've got an assassin, say, it will kill every one of each other's factions. But what can happen beforehand is, say, if someone had a shield out, the shield actually kills off the assassin first. So you've always got to be thinking about what cards other people have, kind of what do you want to win in that row, because they each have different powers you get to choose from, how it resolves. There's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But it is lots of good fun. I think it's one of those games that the more you play it with a group, it's going to really kind of bond together and you'll have a great time with it. Yeah, so thank you for Pablo and Eerie Idol Games, who have given us kind of like a prototype copy. Hopefully we'll be playing it at GridCon.
Yeah, we're going to get a few games in,
Get a few games in, yeah. So, yeah, thanks for that, guys. Really enjoyed it. Well up my street. I'm definitely going to be a backer, so...
Yeah, it was
there we go.
Really good fun. I mean, in that stream, I think I spent half the game being really shit and just losing everything, sitting on 0.
Yeah.
And then
you were very sneaky, so you played your faction well.
I was playing the spies when I was like in the shadows, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know what came over me. I kind of just figured things out, I think, in the end, and it kind of just sequenced.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was playing kind of the big muscly strong guys who come in and kind of muscle out the board.
Yeah.
But I think I splurged. It worked.
Worked early game, didn't it?
Worked early game, and then I lost my steam. And basically, I should have just given the next round. And what I liked about this is I could see instantly where I went wrong. And what I should have done is given the next round, and then because everyone just had a lot of big players and that, I should have faked the next round, and then the round after I should have taken, because I would have been able to, because then no one had the cards. And that's the kind of thing, the more you play it, you'll pick up on. You'll be able to see what's down, you'll know kind of what cards other people have, and that's when the interactions and these cool little plays will come out.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But now I've definitely enjoyed it. It's like most of these kind of games, there's a lot of keywords you've got to kind of get your head round. But me as a chip theory games lover, I'm used to keywords.
Yeah.
When you play Cloud Spy, you used to about 7,000 keywords.
Yeah.
So this is
and it wasn't
easy.
too bad. Once there was probably 5 or 6 really main ones.
Yeah.
If
There's
that,
probably more, but yeah, the ones that keep coming up regularly.
the main ones, yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, it was.
Really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Rob,
Hi.
what have you been playing, mate?
Well, I very, very nearly, because obviously coming back from Essen, I was a bit gamed out, to be honest.
Boo.
I know.
Boo, how?
I know.
How?
Because I had to go back.
Who are you?
I had to go back to work on the Monday, and that messed me up more than 4 days anyway. So I spent the rest of the week just trying to recover. I did set up a Kabuto Sumo.
Yeah.
Kids were happy to play it. Great. Then they went off and started watching a film. So it's still set up on the table, ready to go. So we're going to play it this weekend.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I haven't actually got anything to the table, mainly because I've been just trying to keep my eyes open.
That's fair.
And you've got too many bones coming up.
Yeah, so we got that, and we got a couple of other things in the pipeline, so it should be all good. So yeah, unfortunately, I haven't got anything, but just been too busy, to be
Fair
honest.
play, mate.
But so technically, I've got something to the table. I just didn't.
So in fairness, Rob, I think we played enough games to keep you going.
Yeah. I'm still topped off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Nice.
You'll get your
Power
chance.
top.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's get on with it. Let's move on to the main segment. So we're at our main segment, and we're going to talk all about board game etiquette. This episode is called Manners Maketh Man, because being at the board game table, it's good to have good manners, right?
And we're the Kingsmen.
Yeah,
and
I was
we're,
gonna
and
say
we're the
it's great
Kingsmen.
fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking of when I
Yeah.
named this episode. So, and I love the Kingsmen. It's all good. So then, I actually got inspiration from this episode. I watched a video done by Actualol, which is a channel that's run by John Perkis, and he does kind of lots of different board game content. Been watching him for years and years, and I watched his video about the top 50 rules of board game etiquette, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I thought, I wonder what our take would be on these 50 rules and where we land. Do we agree? Do we disagree? And it's kind of a good benchmark of what etiquette is around the table, rather than just trying to think about what is good etiquette. So I thought this episode is literally going to be me rattling through rapid speed. Hopefully, we'll see. Rapid speed.
When have we
It's not
done
good etiquette,
anything
man.
that's rapid speed?
yeah, it's good manners. Yeah. 50 of the rules, and just have a little chat about them, each one, and blitz them to the end, really.
Cool.
Simple, right?
Simples, yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah, somehow we'll make it complex.
We will. Because you haven't heard them yet, have you? So,
No.
Right, so I'm going to start with number 1. Allow drinks at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they're off the table.
Says yes, but with caveats, right?
Yes, but there's definitely some kind of... There's extra rules to that step.
It's
Yeah.
one of those rules, Davey, that you don't put a McDonald's drink on the side of one's new £3,000 gaming table and make a ring.
I didn't realise that was a thing.
Is that
though,
one of
but-
those rules?
Yeah.
Okay. Just asking.
He's not angry about it at all.
He's just disappointed.
Me? No, Kerley.
I'm angry that you did it.
Yeah. I didn't realise it had happened,
I
unfortunately.
wasn't actually that angry, but I was like, Davey.
I didn't realise that would be a thing, but it was a thing.
Apparently heat and moisture, is it?
No, it was cold, so I think it was just moisture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was just
got in.
moisture. Just got into the where it sat there for a while.
So yeah, I've got a caveat. So they absolutely allow drinks at the table. Let's not kind of be no drinks anywhere near. But
You have to be dehydrated, like you're in
Yeah.
a desert.
But-
if you want to play at the table,
I did teach Void 4 recently, which is a new game I've just got, very new, very expensive. And I was teaching 4 players that I don't know. And I did tell them, could you move your drinks fairly away from the game?
Yeah.
Because
were you that guy?
I was that guy.
You were that guy.
Just because I don't want to get stuff all over it.
That's the thing, they're expensive board games. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like,
And they can be destroyed easily by moisture.
Yeah.
If I'm playing a game with my kids, there's
Yeah.
absolutely no way there are any drinks allowed in the room, let alone near the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
But if you're, with grown adults who aren't intoxicated,
And can also reimburse you.
yeah,
But financially sound.
yeah, then no, I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, number 2. It's very similar. Allow snacks at the table.
Yeah, 100%.
But we do it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we thoroughly agree with that.
Just
Yeah,
be
100%.
just be like aware what kind of snacks you're having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've had a load of What's-It,
Yeah.
don't pick up the piece with that hand. Use the other hand.
Yeah. Well, it's you with your bento
Yeah,
box, though,
exactly.
Davey, and your chicken wings that you come with.
Yeah.
And then you're getting all that like chicken grease on your
I
fingers.
don't wash my
But you
hands,
do
though.
wash your hands, so you know.
Yeah,
it's
I think
all
if you're going to bring messy snacks, you have to be responsible enough to bring wet wipes.
good. Yeah. And dry hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Oh, yeah.
pretty much similar. Number 3, don't get food on a game.
Well, 100%, but, Pizzagate.
Number 4. Yes, I have got pizza on Battlestar Galactica once.
I remember you just eating your pizza over it like this as well.
It's not my finest moment.
So to describe what I'm doing, I've got my hand dangling over my mouth, and then I'm leaning in over the board because you were trying to decide what you're doing while you're eating this
and
pizza.
then a bit of cheese fell off onto.
You tried to quickly go.
onto the no
Starbucks.
longer made out of stock game that's worth over
Yeah.
£100. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Again, wasn't my finest moment.
Nobody's perfect.
But it was
mate.
funny. I
it
did
was
laugh
funny.
on the episode.
So yeah,
You need a bib, and I need a tippy
yeah.
cup.
I need one of those like babies bibs that catch the food. The catch
Ones
the
with
food
a lip.
With a lip.
Yeah.
So if it falls, I can still eat it.
Yeah, you got a little tray.
Yeah.
And Chris P, by the way, if you listen to this one, don't think I've forgotten about the lemonade incident either.
Oh, I remember that.
The
as
shook
well.
up lemonade bottle
Yeah.
went everywhere.
Yeah,
Was it
just
over
Lord of the
Lord of the
Rings,
Rings,
Journeys in Middle Earth.
Number 4.
Yeah, there we go.
If you spill drink on a game, buy them a new game.
Absolutely.
Is that actually one of the ones?
That
Is
is,
it?
I honestly swear to God,
Really?
this is off his list.
Oh,
And I read that and I laughed my ass
I
off.
did to that.
And you did.
I did,
You
yeah.
are the patron saint of
Yeah.
buying new board
Spillage.
games after spilling rum on them.
Yeah, there you
Or
go.
giving them your board game.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
same deal.
Same thing.
same.
Yeah.
So, where's the line? How much damage does have to be caused to warrant a new game?
No, just any. I think. If you've got
Really?
enough on
So,
it.
yeah, well, that's the point. Is
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was damaged to the point where you couldn't play it again.
Well,
Well, I
you
don't think
could.
the game actually was right.
Yeah, but we didn't know that at the time.
It did look bad.
It looked bad.
It
looked
looked
really
bad.
If the instant reaction is somebody's going to die, I think that's the baseline for you need to buy
No one
a
ever
new game.
thought that.
it's a good job there, JP.
It wasn't just me.
It was Tam. Well, yeah, and
I was the most chilled.
Simon evacuated the room.
Simon just went, I'm going to go before the police arrive. So, yeah, if that's the reaction, you probably need to buy him a new game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there
think
you
there
go.
is a line, like if it's a
probably
card,
is.
one card that you could get replaced, then obviously get it replaced. It's
Yeah.
no big drama. Right, I've
No,
had,
you're
I've had
right.
dogs eating my kind of meeples before and they've gone
I
replaced. It's not
remember
the end
that,
of the
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just assess the damage, own up to the mistake that's happened, sort it out, and everyone's a winner. And if you're drunk, it's fine because everyone's in good spirits anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Number 5, don't riffle shuffle someone else's cards.
Yeah.
You know what? She's not going to appreciate this, so we'll have to have a word with her. But she tried to riffle. Becky tried to riffle cards the other day.
What once Arc Nova?
Tried to or butchered it.
Did.
Right.
I can't remember whether it was her game or not. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to think. What were we playing? Forest Shuffle, so it would have been
Oh,
hers.
okay.
But I was like, that does loads of damage to your game. But I was like, a little bit sick came out of my mouth. I was like, what are you doing with your brand new game?
I do
Riffle
it, I
shuffle.
do it with my games, but I would never do it with somebody else.
Really though?
What if you're really good at Magic?
Then that's
Then
great.
riffle shuffle.
Don't do it with my,
I thought you meant
don't
the
do it with my
game.
cards.
No,
Oh, like David Blaine.
Yeah, David Blaine. Yeah. Why
No,
not?
I'm happy to do it with my cards, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it with somebody else's.
I swear I've seen you do it with someone else's.
Do it with mine. I've done it.
My wife does it, and I have to tell her off. She did some of Too Many Bones cards, but that's fine. But they're like PVC, so they can
okay.
take it.
Yeah.
They're not like cardstock.
And there's also a character in it called Riffle.
So that
You're
was the
allowed
deck
to,
she
yeah.
was riffling.
Oh, there you go.
Riffling riffle.
Because I can't
Yeah.
do it,
Oh,
so
there we
can't do a
go.
proper riffle shuffle. It's difficult for my little
So it's
hands.
okay if JP's wife riffles.
Riffles
deck.
my deck.
So basically,
Easy for you to say.
the outcome is you're welcome to do it to your own cards.
Yeah.
But I still think it's bad.
Yes, don't do it to someone else's card. So we agree with that one.
Yeah, I think.
Number 6, be a humble winner.
Absolutely.
You sure you didn't write these, mate?
Honestly, I've watched this and I chuckled all the way through because I just saw each of us winning and losing in certain aspects. That's what I wanted to do.
I think it's a must. I think unless someone's been a dick to you for the whole game, then fair game.
Yeah, that's my excuse.
But no, be a humble guy. Be a humble winner.
Yeah.
Be like
Lamar.
Be like Kerley.
Humble.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, I actually think, right, listen to this. I think I'm quite an okay winner, but I'm a bad good player. That's what I think, because I get cocky and arrogant. In general, I will have that. But I'm not a bad winner at the time, but I am a little bit too cocksure in my own abilities on the board game, whereas JP is the other way around.
Yeah,
He's always like, I'm rubbish, I never win. And then when he wins, he does little laps around the table and rubs it in your face.
You will see
a
grown man twerk. That's what will happen.
Yeah, that's basically JP.
And it's the size of a hole. It's awesome.
You look so happy throughout that whole conversation. I wish we could film.
It's because he's been on a roll lately, that's why.
Yeah.
Any of the listeners will know that when you don't win a lot, and then when you win, you have to savour it. You have to savour that moment.
I'm not sure you can say that anymore, JP, because you win.
You've been on a
at
streak.
least proportional to how much you play.
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I don't
So
think you
stop
can
being a
bring that
dick,
one out
basically.
anymore.
Yeah.
It would be appreciated.
In all honesty, it's part of your charm. I like the fact that you're a little crowing and flipping, you know.
We have stopped playing the Cerdas recently, though, haven't we?
Yeah, we need to put them back in.
Yeah, we need to put them back in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you
no,
can
winning
keep
again.
it.
Well, what happened on Mars last?
You beat me by a point.
Hey!
That's true.
It's a bit like Nucleum in it, Davey.
Yeah.
You'd like losing by a point, don't you?
I do.
Right, enough of the twerking. Let's move on. So, number 7. But if you win as a team, go nuts.
Absolutely.
So, obviously...
Co-op, you mean?
Yeah, as in a co-op. So, obviously, if you win competitive, like be humble, but if you win as a team, do what you want.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because the only person on the other end is usually the game itself. So,
And
suck it game.
And that has no feeling.
No, slam everyone else down and go, no, you're all shit.
That was
I did
all
this
me.
by myself.
That was all me. You're all rubbish. It's a good job I
I
was here.
carried you all.
I'm not surprised I'm a chaotic neutral for you. Yeah, even on a team game, you're playing your own game.
I think
aren't
that's a stretch, to be honest.
Yeah. So I think that was an obvious one that we
Yes.
agree with. Number 8, don't cheat.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
100%.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Like, don't need to say any more than
Yeah,
that.
why play? What's the point in playing?
Yeah,
Why would you play with other people that
Okay,
cheat?
hypothetical situation. What if you've accidentally cheated and then realised 5 rounds later that you accidentally cheated and it's too late to unwind it?
So you have to
Do you
be
call it
honest.
out?
That has happened to me, but usually I'm so far behind, it doesn't make any difference.
Usually I'll accept it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you tell the people around the table, shit, sorry guys, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
If it's a genuine mistake,
Yeah,
like
that's what it
typically
is.
a lot
That's
of
the difference.
It
Isn't
depends
it?
how much it's impacted the game for me.
Yeah.
If it's a small or relatively small thing, or they're still doing badly and it won't probably matter, it's
Yeah.
probably just
Yeah.
Number 9, the host picks the game.
No.
No, what?
No, 100% no. Like, Dan, I love you, mate. I'm part of your gaming group, but yeah, I don't like that.
We wouldn't play a game the host didn't like. But the host has usually got so many games that there's a game they'll like that they'll play.
It depends what you mean by the host as well. I mean,
The person,
Person
who's putting
whose house you're in.
who's orchestrating the reason why you're playing the board game that you're playing.
But
So
usually
could-
you organise it, so we don't really have
It
that
depends-
This is it.
situation.
For us,
yeah,
the host does choose because the host is the one that will put an event up about a game.
yeah,
No,
I
no,
think
no,
it
not
works
all the
different.
time.
It works
Not all the
differently
time.
with us, I think, because
Because
we
can
set
request games.
No, but even when I've went round a place, what will happen usually, say that we haven't got a game, we'll play a game, but it'll be from a selection, but it won't, if the host basically says, oh, I don't want to play that, then we're not going to play it.
No.
So
Yeah.
that's what happens. So
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
it's not that the host picks the game, it's a game that the host won't mind playing wants to play.
Yeah.
But then everyone else wants to play as well. So when we go around yours, Kerley,
was
sometimes
gonna
it
say that.
happens, but we're not going to all play a game that no one wants to play.
90% of the time, we don't organise game night and then choose.
Yeah,
No.
a lot of people do though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in that caveat, maybe.
There's no hard and fast rule in this. I think from an etiquette point of view, if you're going around someone's house and it's the host being forced, air quotes, forced to play a game that they don't want to play, which is obviously bad form, isn't it? But I think there's all different examples where, as the host, they're usually pretty amenable.
Yeah.
I don't mind what we play. You can play anything out of these 5 games.
Yeah.
I'm happy to play any of those. I don't want to play that game though because I hate it. So
Yeah.
why would I invite you all around to play a game I hate?
Yeah.
It depends if you've played that game before. If you don't think
Yeah.
you're going to enjoy a game, but
Don't know,
actually
do
it
you?
turns out you do.
So linking to that, number 10 is cater the games to your guests.
I think that is absolutely right.
Yeah, and I think it's...
Depends. 'Cause
Oh, I suppose actually they're going to lead on. So you pick the game, but you also pick the game that your guests like.
Don't
I
pick the
see.
game I really love and then force the people that are coming around
Yeah.
to my house to play something they bloody hate.
Yeah, it's like
So
getting
it's the
Rob
same
involved
principle.
in like a
Size.
social deduction game.
Size.
It's like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's
Yeah.
right though, isn't
the
it?
thing
It's like-
is, right, I'd play it, I just wouldn't enjoy it.
yeah, but that's the point. Is
Yeah.
that it's on the host's responsibility to
Yeah.
try and find a game that you might like, or
Yeah.
everyone might like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
do
then,
agree with that.
sometimes you think, well, three out of the 4 people are going to enjoy this, and there is a chance that the fourth might.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've gotta take a
Sometimes
risk.
if you're going to a game night, maybe you have to be a little bit open-minded. Say, do you know what? That type of game isn't for me,
Yeah.
but I'll give it a go.
Let's move on. So number 11, if it's your game, you teach the rules.
Definitely not for me.
Definitely for me.
So
I'm polar opposite to
It
you
does
on
depend. So if it's a heavy game, I think there's a definite responsibility on the people coming to watch a video.
That's,
Now, I don't mind
Yeah, that's
clearing
fair.
up bits and bobs, and I don't mind being the one who's watched video a couple of times and looked at the rules.
Yeah.
But I do think that comes.
I never
with
watch a
little bit.
video.
Yes, I know, and that's what annoys me about you. but
See,
I know how to play
it's
it.
like, yeah, but that's the point, though, is that you're in a unique situation because you pick games up really quickly. But I think if it's a really heavy game, most people would struggle way more than you. And it's great that you can get away with it, but I don't think most people
But
can.
where does the book lie?
I think the buck lies with the person whose game it is, but I think there is responsibility both sides.
Yeah, no,
and also it's a responsibility of the player to
Depending
watch,
on the game.
to watch the game guide
Yes.
of the right game.
Yes.
Yeah,
What was
that'd be a
what
start,
you
wouldn't it?
watched Tapestry, didn't
Yeah.
you?
I watched
To play
Tapestry.
Mosaic.
And we were playing Mosaic.
Well, they're both flipping,
This looks different. Is this an
Tableau builders.
expansion?
I saw the board and was like, oh no.
This is not the same game.
Love you,
I
Rob.
tried, mate. I tried.
You made an effort.
But I'm a big
But the point-
believer on that, though.
We did talk about this
Yeah, we
previously,
did, yeah.
didn't we? Where it's, the difference for me is I'm happy to teach a medium weight game
Yeah.
or lesser.
Yeah.
But when it gets to the heavy, I think it's just too long a teach, especially for an evening.
Mm-hmm.
You try and teach. I don't know, pick a game actually, but
Voidfall.
Voidfall
Mm.
or something. On an evening game and everyone's working the next day, you're going to be there till flipping 1 o'clock in the morning.
And the reason why I say that is if it's a game, let's say it's a heavy game like Voidfall, and they've got people around the table
Yeah.
for the first time, let's say I don't know it as well.
Yeah,
People can watch a video, people can do all those things, but questions are going to come up. So for me, the onus is on the owner of the game to answer those questions out the rule book or whatever, or at least come up with a way to move the game along.
But you're
Yeah.
going to know the basic premise. Like, I watched Outer Rim
Yeah.
the first time. I watched a video on Outer Rim the first time I went around and played it with T, and it helped me play the game. It helped me, and then like T just cleared up a couple of points.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome, happy days.
Yeah.
Like, that for me,
But it can be.
it helped him teach me the game. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
made it
Yeah.
so much
But
easier.
if the host doesn't know the game, then they have to go back to the. And I've done it before.
We've all been there.
You have to go to the rule book.
Yeah.
It can take people out of the game,
Yeah.
and they're waiting.
but
for,
if you're going around to look, this is the first time I've played this game. That expectation is that it's not going to be a polished teach.
But it's difficult. I've been in a situation where
Absolutely.
your game's Kerley, you throw me a rule book when it's your game and said, I don't know, find the rule. And I'm like, I've never seen this rule book in my life.
I don't know what example we're talking about.
Oh, I can't remember the
So
game.
you can't just throw accusations
But
at
it's
me.
true,
JP.
it's
God, that
happened.
reminds me of Becky. It's like, you did this,
Was
I
that-
don't
was
know
that- was
when,
that
and
the
I
Civ
can't tell
game?
you
it was
what it
Everdell.
No, it was
No, I can't remember.
Civ game.
Everdell.
I'm not
wasn't it?
taking responsibility
It
of the
was
Everdell
Everdell.
one. No.
It was Everdell.
No, but it happens.
That was a proper
I feel
thing.
better now.
You know,
I feel better,
you got
Sophie,
off your chest.
Anyway, right. Number 12.
Number
I'm glad-
12.
wait, no, before we go further, I'm glad it annoyed you.
Number 12.
Yeah.
Listen to the rules.
Oh God, I'm not good at that.
So when someone's doing a
I'm
rules teach,
awful at that.
listen.
Yeah.
So number 13 is kind of linked off to that one, which is never say, let's just start.
Oh my
So
God.
so when you're at like a convention and I'm transported to Gollum, and you kind of none of us have played before. We go, nah, let's just start, And then you're kind of doing your turns and you don't know why you're doing them. And then you go, how's this work? And you go back in the rule book again and you go, and you read this thing 17 times and go, still does not make sense. We'll just do this. And as a
I think there's a caveat. I agree. Don't just start unless you're on your own. If you're on your own,
that's fair.
You could say, do you know what? I'm just going to start and then figure it out as I go. If you're on your own and you've got time,
does manners count when you're on your own?
Yeah, you should be kind to yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
Give yourself a break. You should do everything that we've just. Don't put drinks near the board. You should still do.
Don't put pizza on cards.
Don't put pizza on cards. You should still do all the other things. But like, if it's just you and you're trying to learn the game,
it don't matter then.
Some people learn by reading. You like to read a rule book. I like to look at the pictures in a rule book.
Sorry.
No, it's true. I like to watch a video and then crack the board out and go, cool. Yeah. Right, what does this do? What does this do? What does this do?
Anyway, let's move on. Number 14, a legacy game can carry on without you. So in the context of trying to organise a gaming group of the same 4 people to get through this legacy game, and we all know how annoying it is trying to organise people to come to the game. And as the owner of the game, you want to get this thing done.
Depends on the game.
So it can carry on without you, but not me.
So I think the point is, as the owner, it's still good etiquette to say, look, you can't make it. We're still going to proceed with this thing.
We did it with Frosthaven.
Yeah.
We had a couple of things where if the game scales for less people, and there's sort of caveats or house rules that you can make for that person being away, then why not?
Yeah, 100%.
Like Descent is designed for people to drop in and drop out on the campaign.
Yeah, it is.
That's part of the game. It's not expecting you to get 4 players around the table at every game. You know, if you've got 3, the game will scale
down and up.
And if you've got 2, the game will scale. Ideally, no. But realistically, we've all got lives, we've all got jobs, we've all got families, we've all got responsibilities.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, gaming is a hobby.
Yeah.
So, number 15, don't take ages on your turn.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Guilty of it.
We've all been there.
Well, what's your nickname again?
APJP. Yeah.
APJP.
Yeah.
I don't even do it that much.
I know, but it fits with your name, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Rhymes.
What song did we play for when people were taking too long?
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine.
We literally, as soon as somebody was taking too long, everyone was like, "Oh, right, I need to hurry up."
Yeah,
it's just basically saying he's going to get to Christmas.
And I'm going to double in number 16 because I think we'll talk about these together, which is don't rush players. It's annoying.
But it's a fine balance between the two, isn't
exactly.
it?
Exactly, it's like a polar.
If they start taking too long, you usually just start taking the piss and then they speed up.
Yeah, but this bleeds into what I imagine would be another one, would be phone use as well, and other distractions, which I imagine is one later. It's like, it's fine. I think it's a no-brainer. Don't use your phone while people are waiting for you to take your third turn or whatever. Don't be like, someone that I know has got a really bad habit of waiting for it to come round to them before deciding to go to the toilet, and little things like that.
Yeah.
Just, it's like, oh, come on.
But it depends on the game as well. Like, if you can plan your turn,
that's the
do
point.
it in advance.
That's the point of, like, okay, with phone use, where actually I agree with, we're all adults, let's all use a phone, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, if you can plan your turn, and then it gets round to you, and you've been playing on your phone, and then it comes to you and go, right, what's going on?
Yeah, that's
it's
annoying.
Like, do you know
Don't
what I mean?
do that. Anyway, let's move on. We've got so many to get through. Number 17, if your colour is taken, get over it.
Yes, absolutely. You two on that side of the table, get over it.
I'm fine.
Me and Davey have had an ongoing battle for green for the last 6 years.
We've now got used to this battle, and we're actually quite
first person
we're
gets green.
We're quite nice about it now.
It's
Yeah,
like, Dave, you take green.
No
worries. Whereas JP is like,
he's only ever played red. I think.
No one
you
likes
should have
red.
heard.
I like red.
You should have heard the tantrum he had earlier on because he was randomly allotted blue on Board Game Arena.
I did. I didn't like it.
He was like,
He said it to me.
You need to get over that shit.
He said, "I don't like the fact I'm not red because I just keep thinking I'm red."
In my defence,
it's because you're red all the time.
Yeah, when you're the same colour all the time in every game that you can possibly be in, when you look at a board, you gravitate towards red pieces.
Yeah, it must be really hard for you having to change what colour you are on every different game you play.
So maybe you ought to branch out and not become used to one
There we go.
colour.
Screw you.
Anyway, I just want to briefly mention the big baby of board gaming, Dan Apsey, who even though it was my game of Art Nova with my wife, insisted on being yellow, even though my wife likes yellow.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm having that. I'm like, but Becky likes yellow. And he's like, yeah, but I'm having it. It's like, big baby of board gaming.
Bad etiquette, Dan.
Bad etiquette.
Right, next one. Number 18. If you're late, they can start without you.
Depends.
How
Because I'm always late, so no.
for me, there's like a 15 minutes around something like that,
Yeah.
where it's like, especially if you haven't heard from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we got to half an hour with Dan, didn't we?
Yeah, but we were doing a teach.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
It also depends on the game. If it's a game where you need that player, like Hegemony, you're going to wait.
Yeah.
It's not going to be great, is it? But
No.
you'll probably will end up waiting. And it depends on their excuse as well. If they've generally been in a traffic jam or something, you guys can probably play another game.
We can play something short while you wait
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Right. Number 19. We've already mentioned it. Get off your phone.
Absolutely.
You're at the
Depends.
table playing a game. Get off your phone. Unless...
You're really bored.
No.
And you're playing Scythe.
If you're expecting an emergency call from your spouse, partner, whoever, for a good reason, fair enough.
If there's an important sporting event on.
No,
No.
don't care.
No.
At my table, I couldn't give two poos about it.
Okay.
I got to be honest, I think this is where we might disagree. You're all adults. I'm sorry, right, this is going to come across aggressive, right? And I don't mean it this way, I don't mean this towards you. But if I want to use my phone, I'm using it. And if you tell me I can't, then I'd be like,
No.
mind your own fucking
We
business.
won't tell you can't, but it appears that you're not
Interested in the
participating or
game.
interesting at the table.
It depends what type of game it is. So I wouldn't be interested in something like Game of Thrones where it's really heavily social. But if I'm just sitting around waiting for my turn and it's one of those games where you're very insular, like Terraforming Mars, where literally I'm waiting for my turn.
Yeah.
You know, and it
this-
can take quite a long time.
Yeah, this isn't
then
about
I'll
telling
pay
people
my
they
phone.
can't or
Yeah,
can.
that's
It's
the
a
point.
it's a lens on manners, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
There we go.
Number 20. Don't tell people what to do on their turns.
Depends. If
Don't
I'm asking
tell
for help,
them what to
if
do.
I'm asking for
No,
help,
that's
tell
not
me.
telling them.
No.
You're asking for help.
There's
That's
a
the
difference.
Yeah.
So don't tell people what to do.
I absolutely hate alpha gamers.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. But there can be
There can be help, though,
yeah,
can't there?
there's a line.
21. Don't complain that you're losing.
Absolutely.
Oh, God, I'm really bad at that. I'm really bad at that.
Well, yeah, but whatever. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair,
We all
we all
snivel.
are a little bit.
Yeah.
We all
We
snivel.
all are a little bit.
I hate it.
The game's not going well.
Yeah. I hate...
Did he say?
I don't
Did
mind
you
if
say it
it's-
the other day?
What's that?
What game was it we were playing?
Barcelona.
Barcelona. That was it.
Oh, yeah, we played
The
Barcelona.
famous phrase came out of Davey's mouth only because it was forced mine. But what was
Yeah.
it?
I'm not enjoying this.
Not enjoying this.
Not enjoying
Yeah,
this.
that is your catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've realised I don't mind losing of my own actions. It's when I'm losing and I feel like it's not necessarily my fault. That's when I hate it. Which
Yeah.
theoretically it should be the other way round. But when I feel like I'm powerless and can't change it, whereas if it's my own actions and I've cocked up, it's like it's annoying and I will be annoyed by that. But I won't be like, I'm
Physically
losing. Yeah, exactly.
That's
went
how
for
I
a
felt
tantrum.
on Game of Thrones, but I love it enough that it made up for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did definitely feel exactly that
It's
way.
to the
Yeah.
point where you're snivelling enough that it either affects the other people around the
Yeah,
table
if it
and
affects
make them feel like, oh, shut up. That's
Yeah,
where it's
I
bad.
usually will try and
Yeah.
take it in good
we
jest
don't,
as
we
well.
don't usually care.
To be
No,
fair, I'd
exactly.
like to say, firstly, I don't think any of us go that far. And secondly, when even if Davey did once, maybe,
Yeah.
we bloody love it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
the more he whinges, the happier we are.
yeah.
Right.
And but I can lean into that though as well, and I don't mind because I don't mind. Basically, my philosophy is if you can take the piss out of me, I can take the piss out of you, and,
Absolutely,
and then
yeah.
that's the line, isn't it? And I don't mind.
Next one, which is 22. You should allow take-backs occasionally.
We had a big
Rewind.
discussion on this, didn't we? Where we said if it's an experienced game, we're going to really tighten up
Yeah,
on this.
yeah. And I think I've got
this is
better at
about
that
6
as well.
months ago.
And we've never done it.
No, we probably haven't. I think we've been better at not doing it, having to do it.
Yeah.
I do think.
I think-
But I'm not sure we've gotten stricter.
Yeah, but the point of the etiquette rule is like, if the person has just gone and they've gone and is about to get to the next person and they go, oh, hold on, like let them do it. It's
Yeah.
not the end of the world.
Absolutely, 100%.
Like,
Yeah.
let them do
I'm
it.
talking about next turn.
But yeah,
No.
if a round has been played and it's
Yeah.
like, can I rewind it?
That's
a bit of a
the
pain in
line now,
arse,
isn't it? That's
But
the
also,
line.
like, a lot of it is as well like, oh, I forgot to pick up 2 coins.
That's different.
That's different. You
That
can do
doesn't
that.
that's
affect
not.
fine.
But if
We
they're
do that
like,
all the time.
Can I
Allow it, yeah.
rewind my entire go?
So the way I see it, and this is actual like rules of competitive games, is if it's something that's triggered and has to happen, then you can still get that. So if say you've played a card and it says you get 2 coins from it, but you forgot to do that, that's happened, that's triggered, you've got that. If it's something you forgot to do, so you forgot to play the card,
Or
that's
played
on
the
you.
wrong action.
Or played the wrong action, that's on you.
Yeah.
But if it's something that should have happened in the game state, then you
Then
still
allow
get
it.
that thing. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, 23. If a teacher misses a rule, cut them some slack.
Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Fucking no.
I think that's evident from Nucleum.
Bad boy board gaming. All right, spin on. 24. You should always play to win.
No.
That's the bit that I definitely 100% disagree with now. I've changed my tack on it.
It depends on the game.
And who you with.
If I'm with,
Yes.
if I'm with my family, then I'm
Then you're
probably
gonna
not going to try. No, I'm probably not going to try and crush them because I'll probably try and win a little bit, but I don't want to discourage people from playing the game again.
I think the point of it is probably because we're taking a different lens, and the next one I'll cover it now, which is 25. The goal is important, not the winning, as in the fact that you're playing a game.
Yeah.
It's the important
fun.
thing. It's the fun factor. Mm-hmm. But you should always play a game with the aim to try and win.
Yeah.
That's the point
I
of the
wouldn't
bloody
throw the
game.
game. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the point.
Yeah,
So
I
don't
wouldn't
throw a
throw it,
game
yeah.
because maybe you have a tantrum, or try and king make someone because someone else is.
We can have a different discussion
But-
on king making because that's part of a game, in my opinion.
But yeah, it
I'm not
depends on
going
the
to
game.
hyper focus on this game though. I'm not going to like hyper focus and try and just like basically crush
Min-max
everyone at the
it,
table and min-max. I'm going to play a game as if try and do these points, but I'm going to be focused on other things. I'm
My
never
rule
going
of
to
thumb
that
is
state.
now what the first game. If my first game, I'm going to teach. If I'm teaching a game, I'm going to take it a little bit easier and not be competitive with it.
Cool.
After that, just go a bit harder.
Just
on it.
go. Okay.
We might get Lord of the Rings to the table then.
Yeah, definitely. I've changed my tack.
The first game we played, you crushed me, and I was like, still don't understand what
Oh,
really happened
Lord
in
of
that
the
game.
Ring. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Right, 26. Don't lose sight of what matters.
Absolutely.
I.e., don't lose your normal social behaviours.
I'm pretty sure that's a standard rule
It,
for life,
it should
right?
be. It should be. Like, just remember where you are, what you're doing,
And who you with? Who else has given up their evening?
unless you're
to
playing
be-
Game of Thrones.
In which case, yeah.
All bets
Kill
are off.
everyone.
What?
Yeah.
So we can't dance on the table?
No, please
No
don't.
dancing on the table.
Please don't.
No.
Well,
Right.
we'll come to your board game again.
Number 27. If everyone is hating it, don't play it. Stop playing it. So if everyone around the table is playing a game and everyone bloody hates it, don't play it. Just go, is anyone enjoying this? No, let's stop playing.
100%.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I think you should play a game all the way through to the end before you make a judgment.
Not for
Even
everyone's
if
hating
everyone
it.
hates it.
Yeah.
So I had a recent thing with this where me and Marcus and his friend were playing Age of Innovation, and we've both played Terra Mystica and Gaia a lot, so we knew what we were doing. And we explained the rules, and it wasn't until probably the third round where it finally clicked. And it's quite an involved game, so it's fair enough. And we could tell that she wasn't enjoying it, so we just said, you know what, we'll just start from the start. Because now you've understood the game. It wasn't enjoyable for us to play a game that we know with someone else not enjoying it. So
Yeah.
I do think you're there to have fun.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but you restarted
I
the game.
absolutely agree. And going back to it, I really, really appreciated it on my birthday when we cocked up that rule in June that you guys were like, that's fine, we'll just not play this.
Yeah.
Because it ruined my experience completely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for that. So, yeah, I totally agree. If people aren't having a great time, then shouldn't play
Then don't do it.
I think
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, a lot of the games that I haven't enjoyed, I've actually enjoyed come the end. If we'd have stopped it when I wasn't enjoying it, I wouldn't have got to the point where actually I was like, oh, okay, I can see where the enjoyment of this game
Yeah.
comes from.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that as well. That's a good point, to be fair.
Yeah, good point. All right, 28. Don't immediately say you hate a game someone else loves.
yes.
So when in conversation, yeah, we're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
When in conversation, we all love certain games, and some of us hate those games. And we
But I don't mind it if someone hates a game I love.
It doesn't bother.
It
me.
doesn't faze me
No.
anymore.
It does bother some people though.
Yeah, whatever. Davy's fine. It's JP.
Oh.
You tell him you don't like a Lacerda. Jesus, you never hear the end of it.
Yeah, he does take it a bit personally.
He
doesn't
does,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
That's
Bless him.
it.
Well, is it- I don't know. It's
Okay,
everyone's got their own.
You're just wrong.
Everyone's got their own opinions about these things, and it is fair enough if someone doesn't like a game, as long as they've got valid reasons. I think that's the difference. If someone doesn't like a game without any valid reason,
but that is a valid reason.
Like Rob
what's
does.
that?
I only
To
do it
not
to
like
annoy
a
you.
game is a valid reason.
Yeah,
To think a game is bad, you need a reason.
Yeah, okay.
But to say that you don't like a game is personal
maybe
choice.
to hate a game though, because it does use the word hate.
But I think hate is fine.
I don't know.
It's
You
emotive.
need a reason to bring that hate forward. If you hate a game because it's too complex, you got, and I think you had that recently when you were saying you didn't like Perseverance.
He said he didn't like Voidfall as well. He's never played it.
Yeah. Someone,
And you could hear the hurt in your voice. That's why I say I don't like it. It's 'cause-
It wasn't that you didn't like the game. It's the fact that you haven't played it and then said you didn't like it just to piss me off.
No, I didn't say
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I said it was.
Oh, this is-
I,
No,
I,
you said it was shit.
I did.
wow.
Yeah, but you know it's silly because I've never played it. You know it's being silly.
Stop it. It hurts.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this. This is just
This is hurt, JP.
But also, what I've been looking
skeletons
at,
in the closet. This is, isn't it?
the language that we use. Oh, I hate that game.
Yeah.
When it's not, it's just. Do you know what? It's probably not a game for you.
Yeah, we know that.
yeah.
We know that.
For me to say that I don't enjoy that game or I don't enjoy that type of game
Yeah.
is different to saying that game's crap.
But
that
then
game's shit.
If
I
you
don't-
say you don't enjoy that type of game, have you played every type of that game?
no, exactly. So it is it's a knee jerk reaction, right? To say you hate a game. I don't hate a lot of stuff on this planet, let alone board games.
So let's rewind a little bit. So let's say you're waxing lyrical about a game, and you're obviously passionate and you're really good, and then someone just walks up and go, "Oh, that's shit,"
Shits on it, yeah.
and you just think, "Well, no need for you to have said that, mate. I was literally talking about
Yeah,
this game and selling
It's
it."
just
That's
diplomatic
just
ways
different,
of doing
isn't
it,
it?
though,
Yeah.
isn't it? There's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like for example, Lacerda, I wind you up just for fun, but like
Yeah,
if I was
I
being
know that.
serious about it, then it would just be like it's just not for me. Like genuinely, I can see the upsides to it, but it's just not for me.
Yeah,
but
well-
I will say, I'm giving it another go.
Okay, number 29. Don't throw tantrums.
What?
depends
Yeah,
on the
fine.
game. If it's Game
Yeah,
of Thrones, you
well,
have to.
I
We've
think it's
all had
quite-
our meltdown. I will say you shouldn't ever throw a tantrum, but we've all done it. We've all done it.
Yeah,
at
we're all
least once.
human,
Yeah.
aren't we?
Yeah.
But
But I don't think we've done it in a way that's.
I mean,
don't trying to be a baby, isn't it? Like that's like we're all
Yeah.
grown adults.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've had a TI meltdown. Like
we've all had one.
Yeah, we've all had a meltdown.
Okay, Captain
Mine
Saying
was
off
Game
for
of
me.
Thrones.
Yeah, Captain saying
Yeah. Okay, number 30. Don't be a snob.
Absolutely.
A board game snob.
100%.
It's fair.
No,
I agree with
I've done it before where someone's like, "Do you want to play Catan?" And Catan's a good game, but I just wanted to play something else. So
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, no, I'm not playing
Ugh.
Catan." Yeah,
Ugh.
that was me being a snob.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But is it you being a snob where you'd rather play something else? That's totally
I think I
valid.
acted
As long
a
as
bit
you
like
don't.
it, though.
As long,
Okay.
I think
fair
that was
enough.
my
And
my
I think the
issue.
key word is judgment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monopoly.
Moving on. Number 31, Rob. Thanks for bringing that up. Number 31. Be
Cut
honest
out.
about how late you'll be. So
Yeah.
when you say, I'm running late, be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're there in 45 minutes. Let people know how
Yeah.
late you're going to be.
Yeah, I think
100%.
that's fair.
Standard.
That falls into the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of standard, isn't it? All right. 32. It's okay to make fun of card sleevers. You can call them card condoms if you want.
What?
I don't really understand.
I don't
that.
understand
I think
it.
It
card
says it in-
sleeving is absolutely valid.
Yeah.
It's valid, but I don't do it personally.
Who's ever made
Well,
fun
card
of card
sleeving,
sleeves?
yeah.
Is that a thing?
Don't know.
You never do card sleeving.
Only on
Champions.
Marvel
Well, he's had a
Champions
sniff,
is the
hasn't he?
only it's the only game I've sleeved. It's Champion Marvel
I
Champions.
didn't know that.
No, I don't. I'm not one of these ones that can sit and sleeves every game.
I do my favourites.
Just can't.
But
They
no
get
way
used
is
a
it-
lot.
I mean, to be honest, if you're taking a piss out of someone for sleeving their games, that you're like scraping the barrel of things to take the piss out of it.
Either that or
Yeah.
either
So
that
I
or,
prefer to go for the jugular a little bit more than the card sleeving preferences.
or go back to point 2. Don't bring messy snacks to board games because
Yeah.
if you're the one
We need
sleeving
it.
your cards and you've got a bunch of really messy mates, they're the reason you're sleeving the cards, right? So if don't be a dick on
I've
number
got-
2, you won't have to
I've
sleeve
got a
cards.
couple of older games that have started to deteriorate from shuffling. TM being one.
Yeah,
I'm glad I
yeah,
sleeved
Oh,
it.
the
corners.
white on the end.
Yeah. So I mean, there is valid for your favourites. I do think that's valid.
Yeah, fair enough. 33. Don't whine about being attacked.
Depends.
I'm guilty of this.
Davey is not guilty of it. Davey's the prime perpetrator.
I'm guilty. I get really hurt when people attack me in a game, even though it's point in the game. I get really hurt by it. I don't like it. So no, it's a very valid point. You shouldn't do it.
Just take it like a champ.
I think to be fair, we all do it. We all do it a little bit. I mean, this is one that you probably shouldn't, but we all do probably.
Yeah. This next one's kind of related to Board Game Geek. So number 34, don't rate a game you haven't played.
Oh, 100%.
We know people do it. They'll either put 10s or 0s on a game they've never played just to skew results. Yeah. I think we can all say,
it annoys me.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
leave it alone.
Shouldn't really comment on anything you haven't played all the way to the end.
Just shut up. And 35, teachers should remind you of the rules.
Yep. I believe that should be the case.
I don't think the onus should be on them because they're playing their own game as well. So
I don't know. Well, you were saying about the teacher, their first game, you're going to have to take a step back. Then you're also going to have to try and play other people's games as well.
How complicated the game is. Can the teacher keep on top of 4 people's turns? I don't know. I don't think that's fair on the teacher. Personally,
fair.
I think you've got a responsibility for your own competency.
I like this next
That's
one.
something that I spat out to my trainees all the time.
Suit you.
Spellbinding.
Number 36. It's okay to hate serial winners a little.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm down with that.
No.
Yeah.
When someone keeps winning,
it's demoralising.
It's demoralising.
Be better.
But it's allowed to kind of, hate on them a little bit.
Is that why you like me a bit more now? It's because
you start winning.
Well.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
I just hate you now.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. No, because I'd hate you all.
I don't.
I mean, jokingly hate. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. With that.
Not
actually.
Hate, actually messing around.
Yeah, not putting dog feces through the letterbox.
Yeah.
Kind of style. Just kind of take the piss.
Dogs.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
My own.
Number 37. Don't say a game is broken, especially after a couple of plays.
I've done it. I even went online and started saying it was broken. And I learned and got put in my place and I saw the error of my ways and I'm sorry for whatever game that was. Can't even remember. I think it was Tapestry. Was it Tapestry?
No, you did have a rant about Perseverance episode 1.
Oh, was that?
Yeah.
Was that what I had a rant about?
I was like, dude, come on.
I was there that night. That was impressive.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Was it Perseverance?
Yeah. Oh, the powers are imbalanced. I'm like, really?
Oh, it was Perseverance then. Yeah, but I've learned
there is the odd game that's a little bit broken,
but
who are we to know after 2 plays?
Yes, and that is when someone's spent 5 years of their life making this game. I don't think it's a certain ego to then turn around and say, I know more than you. And that's what I think I've realised, is people have put so much time into this, to then say it's broken after 1 play is actually a bit...
arrogant.
It's arrogant.
Yeah, it is.
It is arrogant. You're diminishing the design and play
the
testers months and months and months of their time for you to go, nah, it's broken.
It depends how far you go.
Maybe you've accounted something that is, and it's something, because there's X amount of plays. You may have encountered something that is, but play it more, and then you can determine it.
Right, you'll like this one, Kerley.
Yeah,
number 38. Thematic soundtracks.
Absolutely,
get 100%. Boring.
You know what? I don't think you know that I don't mind them that much. It's
jazz.
The thing is, like, there are certain types of music I don't like, and I remember once, and this sounds like I'm picking on Becky. I love my wife, right? But she put on a soundtrack to Art Nova that was just a bunch of animals shouting in the background. I was like, I'm not in a fucking zoo. It was like little monkeys flipping around. It was like put on some flipping decent music or something that goes with it.
Put on the zoo type.
But I have to say, like, I'm not a big fan of certain types of music. So jazz and reggae and all that lot can go.
1930s Unfathomable was a hit for you.
Bavarian Umpa was great. That was great.
It's alright when you start a game and it's themed, and you say you listen to like 45 minutes to an hour of that, and then you put on something.
I think John was saying in the video that playing Game of Thrones, but then having 8 hours of Game of Thrones theme music, going through the intro again and again. That's enough now.
But even Star Wars, and when we did Zombicide, the Walking Dead soundtrack.
Oh God!
After that came around 3 times, I was like, do you know what? Can we just put something else?
It's a bit more upbeat, but that's fair. That's fair. Where are we?
Just noises of zombies
But
in
it's
the
good to
background.
But it's good to start a game with a thematic sound.
Yeah, get in the mood.
Yeah. Number 39. Warn others about difficult gamers.
Difficult gamers.
Not something we really deal with in our group.
We haven't got really difficult gamers.
So, but I think if you put yourselves in the shoes of in that situation, if you know someone was difficult, i.e.,
they wouldn't be welcome at the table.
well, yeah, maybe
the
they're okay, but maybe they have certain abrasive qualities.
Then maybe as a group you need to tell them they need to work on those abrasive qualities if they want to continue being a member.
I think there's a line between that and like the problem is like you can go too far with it very easily.
It depends what they mean by difficult. Because sometimes someone might class that this person's got AP as a difficult gamer rather than just being abrasive.
Exactly. I think it depends.
It will depend. If someone's just rude, then why play a gamer? Fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So warn. Yeah.
Right. Number 40. Don't brag about your partner. So this was kind of in.
I saw this.
This is kind of you hyping up, saying, "Oh, you know what? My wife plays board games and she's amazing," and just kind of like hyping up the fact that by extension you yourself are amazing because your wife does those amazing
Do I do
things.
that with Becky?
No, you put it down, mate.
Yeah. Keep.
You put her in a place.
To be fair though, she does the same to you, so it balances out.
Yeah, she does. So yeah, it's not something I deal with. But
No, you don't have to worry, do you?
No, she's like, I hate games, so do what you want. Final 10. Number 41, don't ask for a new box when it's dented.
I see. Well, we've got different opinions on that. I think because I think if you pay full RRP, you are entitled to a undamaged product, especially if you're a collector. Because remember, this is partially a collecting hobby, right?
If there's a little dent in the corner, it does depend how
bad it is.
If there's like a massive hole in the box, that's then ruined the structural integrity of my purchase.
If you asked me 6 years ago, I would have said, I want it pristine, I want no dents, the lot. I think you ask me now, as long as it's not got a big gaping hole there in the bottom of the box where all the components are falling out, like as long as it's structurally sound, if it's got a bit of a ding, not the end of the world.
I gotta be honest. This is the biggest point for me is actually it affects resale value. So I would like a new box.
Fair enough. Number 42. Don't look up strategy tips on the sly. We agree to play against the people, not someone on Board Game Geek.
No, I think that's right.
Yeah.
But where does that end? Because I know you net deck on Netrunner.
Yeah, I net deck
So
through laziness.
Yeah,
not because I'm looking at what to do.
But does that breach that line? I don't know if it does.
I don't
I'm not
think
saying
it does.
It's a type of game. It's a deck
Yeah,
builder.
I don't think it does.
I know, but
You've still got to play. You've still got to pilot that deck well.
I know.
You can get the deck and you can build it online, and if you don't pilot it well, then you're going nowhere.
I mean,
with
I'm
it.
different on this because I actually enjoy the process of building
Deck
a
building
and stuff.
No, I don't.
I
So-
enjoy that process as well.
I think it's more like, let's say we're playing
TI.
Scythe or TI, and you're looking up the top 10 best strategy tips for this particular factional race, and this is your opening 5 moves that you should do.
Depends. If I've been playing with the same 3 people and it's the same person winning every single time,
You might need a leg up.
and I have no idea how they've done it, to be honest, I probably would. But that would be...
That's research rather than
That's the
looking
thing.
at
There is a
strategy
line because
beforehand.
I do look at, is it Imperium Wiki or something like that? I do look up the information on the TI factions, and there's like a breakdown and
That's
stuff,
different
and then
though.
FAQ.
I think that's just more faction overview, what they're good at, what
It
they're
is
not
a
good at.
detailed faction overview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas this is someone on Board Game Geek who's played
This
the
is
game
your first
700
turn. This
times.
is your second turn.
This is what you should do,
Yeah.
and following it to the letter. Number 43, be realistic about the game's length in terms of how long it's going to take.
I think we've been doing that better lately.
I think we kind of know now, unless it's new, it's a bit of a wild card. We always put our events up, we try and gauge it with
We know
slides.
that from playing the game, so it's quite
Yeah.
hard. If you haven't played the game a lot, the box lies.
Yeah,
the
don't go
box
off the box.
never. It doesn't actually tell you. So
I
if
tell
you
you
go off
one
the
thing I
box,
do a lot more is actually use BGG for that.
Yeah,
It's looking up game times. That's a lot more accurate.
Yeah.
I tend to find.
Yeah.
because I'm guessing the problem with the box stuff is it's people that have played the game a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe you will get to that point,
Oh, this
Not
next
yet.
but not the average user.
This next one I completely agree with, which is number 44, don't read all the story bits yourself. So if you're playing a narrated kind of narration-driven game, and then one person just holds the story to read it out. The other players are just not involved.
They're not involved. Yeah.
We worked that out on
King's Dilemma. That's
King's Dilemma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just passing that around made a big difference to immersion, I think. For
Just
everyone.
get
100%.
everyone involved a bit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just sit and listen and you just phase out, don't you, half the time?
If you really want, just allocate bits to everyone. You know.
Yeah.
If it's this person, they have to read it.
Yeah.
There you go. You're that character. Let's LARP.
Yeah. It's LARP it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Number 45. Narrate what you're doing on your turns.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
I think so.
I think
I
so.
don't.
I think it's good form. I'm going here, I'm taking this, I'm doing that, doing that. Good, your turn.
Depends on the game. If it's a co-op game,
Oh right, if it's a hidden movement game, yeah, don't narrate your turns. Because you'll break the game.
My Dracula's going over to...
Or you just be bluffing.
Thinking about a Euro game where there's a lot going on, people just narrating generally what they're doing.
I think
it's
to be
good
honest
form.
though, you do that on all games mainly to get a clarification of what
in
you're
my own
doing
head,
in your own head.
absolutely.
Yeah. So to say you should do it,
I'd say
I
it's
think
good
you
form.
should because I think it's because then people
I like
are
to
more
sneak
engaged.
stuff through.
Yeah, but that's not what you're meant to.
Go under the radar, you know.
I don't want anyone to know what I'm doing.
I'm
just
going to do this, which will win me the game in 3 turns, and not let JP and Davey know about it.
I think if I do it, it makes it abundantly clear I don't know what I'm doing. So
I don't mind. I think overall I agree with you. You probably should do it. Have I been guilty of not doing it sometimes? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, 46. You don't have to paint miniatures.
No,
To enjoy the
100% you
game.
don't.
No,
100% you don't.
no.
Yeah, moving on. It's very easy. Just enjoy the game,
Yeah.
guys. 47. Don't introduce house rules.
depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Will depend.
I'm quite strict about the ones I bring in. I don't
Yeah.
bring them in willy nilly.
No, you
yeah,
don't.
I think the odd carefully aimed one can improve an experience.
I'll make house rules if I'm playing with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that's
different.
fair, isn't it? Because again, the goal is enjoyment, and the kids enjoy it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I
It's-
think, with us,
Yeah,
I would be very considerate. I think the only house rule I've put into a game that I can remember is Fallout, and that's because the scoring just didn't work, and it's well recognised that it doesn't work. Okay, 48. Give a game back after 3 months of borrowing it.
3 months.
If you borrow a game for 3 months, maybe think about giving it back.
It's a long time anyway.
I was thinking that's a long time to borrow a game for.
Depends what game it
But
is.
then
I
we
guess.
don't often lend out between us, do we? I'm not saying it's never happened, but it doesn't happen often.
But
I lend my games out left, right, but that's only because I don't have enough space to store them at home.
you don't lend them; you just store them.
I
at
store them
people's
at
houses.
people's houses.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
exactly,
I
yeah.
had Becky's copy of Men at Work for a long
Yeah, she
time,
bitched about that for ages.
but it was because we were in lockdown.
And you got COVID all over it,
Yeah.
so you couldn't do it anyway.
Yeah, COVID.
And I think I lent.
There was a lot of men at work, was
That was a
there?
hell of a lot. No, but like obviously I had that a lot longer than expected because we went into lockdown, and every time I saw that box, made me feel guilty. So.
Yeah, fair enough. 49. Penultimate. Don't brag about your kids playing difficult games.
Absolutely, don't brag about your kids. Full stop.
Yeah.
Everyone's proud of their kids.
Just don't bring them
Just
up.
don't do
I
it.
don't think it's a massive issue for us.
Don't give
No.
them any more bigger ego than they've already got.
Nobody wants to talk to the parents. Like, my kids are great.
Yeah.
All kids, like, everyone's proud of their kids. Everyone is proud of their achievements.
Right, last one. Number 50. Don't be a kingmaker.
Ooh.
I totally disagree with that.
Depends on the game.
Weird. Game of Thrones. Oh, actually, no, I don't like it. I don't like it in any game, but it does happen in a lot of games.
It does happen. It depends. I think for a Euro game, I'd have more of a problem with it.
Inside, it was quite funny.
Yeah, I
that's
agree
true.
with that. I'm
true.
more in. So I agree with kingmaking when it comes to battle games.
I think that's par for the course.
Yeah, but it didn't stop you whinging about it, did it?
Wait, what?
You
You king made me?
Yeah.
Because you didn't attack me and stop me. Out of
No,
principle,
it
because...
was one. No, where I king made my little brother in TI, and you kicked right off. Me and you. It was the crossest I've ever seen you.
One says cross.
You were okay. Very frustrated to the point of repeatedly bringing it up to me. So maybe not cross.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
I think
when you
maybe I
lose
felt
to
it
a
was bad
kick.
form.
Yeah, I do think that's what you felt, and I think
Yeah.
you still feel that. But I don't at all, because me and you have been at the battle all game. Me and Jay have been allies all game. So I thought, well, why would I not?
Yeah.
It made sense to me. and it still does. So
Yeah.
there we are.
So screw you.
Yeah, so I will. But no, I agree with the Euro part of it because it's not that type of game.
No.
Yeah. Then you can kingmate someone.
Whereas other games,
but I wouldn't-
if it's got
I wouldn't
politics
like that.
involved, then that is part of politics,
That's the
isn't
point.
it?
Yeah.
That's the point. It's like when you've got
Doesn't feel
allies
good,
and you've
though.
got enemies, it might not, but it's part of the game.
It is part of the game, yeah.
It's like Game of Thrones.
No,
It's
yeah.
like if you and Marcus had decided, he'd be like, "Well, I definitely can't win. I'm going to help Dave." Like I did it on Game of Thrones with you, didn't
Yeah,
I? I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know if I actually king made you, but I was like, if I can do anything to stop Dave, it is happening. If I do anything to make JP win, it's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, yeah.
Because he's been my ally, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's the way I see it. So
Yeah, and to be fair, I thought it was like... I argued about it, but I thought it was fair enough in some
Yeah.
aspect then.
yeah.
Because we had been warring all games.
It's one of those things that you'd quite happily do, but you hate being it done. It hated being done to you.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
it's
always
fair.
a feel good moment for sure.
There we go. There's 50 board game etiquette rules that, again, Actualol have kind of put into their video. We'll put the video link in the show notes so you can actually have a little watch through and see their take on it. But yeah, I thought it'd just be interesting to see where we land, because
Were there any that were very different?
what?
Where we had a different opinion to them drastically?
Well, I think
Those are
that's
just his
his their
opinion.
that's their etiquette rules, or that's his.
Oh, I see.
That's his
so
point
it
of
wasn't
view.
his discussing it.
No,
that
was his point of view.
Oh, I see.
We've
So-
just linked back to
And I was
discuss it.
linked back to see where we agree, do we not agree?
Which some we didn't.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
some we didn't, some we did, most we did.
And to be fair, with each group, I bet a lot of people don't agree.
Exactly.
Because each
Dynamics.
group's different dynamics, and also the evolution of games might change how you feel with that.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Let's move on to the
Sweet.
next one. Okay, now we're in our Would You Rather segment, and following on from the board game etiquette, the question is, would you rather abandon the 50 rules of etiquette that we've just talked about and play the best game ever created for you, or abide by them fully and play an above average good game, like a good, okay to good game?
Oh.
Right. It's my vibrating leg.
So this is going to entirely depend on. So he's breaking every rule, or they are breaking every rule.
You abandon the 50, so you're like the wild card,
Yeah.
the maverick,
Yeah.
the chaos,
Yeah,
coming in, but the best game ever created is the
For me.
experience for you.
yeah.
Or you abide by them all and play a kind of above average.
So
game.
play
Can I get
Voidfall,
a
but
clarification?
Play Void.
play Voidfall, but have a massive.
Is it
chaos.
with
But have
us
a kebab
guys?
in hand.
Is it but is it with us guys or is it with randoms?
I
You know
think
what I mean?
randoms. I think
Let's say
Because if
random.
it's like, I was going to say, because if it's us guys, it's like we would
Yeah, we'd
naturally
abandon,
just,
yeah,
Random.
exactly.
Out of convention.
average game for me.
Okay.
Oh, let the chaos happen. Yeah, it'd be good fun. Screw
If,
it.
if it's my game
Fag in
and someone's
hand, kebab in the
drinking
other.
with a fag and like everything else, I'd be fuming.
I would just be like, oh, can we play your game next?
Run out on the middle.
Got the rum ready.
Does the 50 etiquette rules ensure you have a good game though?
Yes.
Better.
So you can't abandon them and have a great game.
No, it'd be
it means
chaos.
mechanically.
It's just going to be a
Oh, don't make it deeper than it actually is, Rob.
I love a rule. I'm sticking with the rules.
Yeah, rules.
Really?
Yeah, I
You
love
hate
the rule.
rules.
I hate reading about rules.
He loves enforcing.
Actually, we found this in Essen, didn't we? That he's the rules are just like guidelines, and then we played Love Letter, and he was calling Davey out because he broke
Davey
a
basically
rule.
broke
Rules,
the game.
please.
Yeah,
And
did it?
Did
we all
I-
were shocked, weren't we?
did
Yeah.
I or did I not listen to all the rules and then point out some very, very
In Septima.
essential point in
You
Septima?
did it.
Yeah, you did.
Not one,
I
not
don't know what was going
two,
on,
but
Rob.
3 times you did it. Yeah, he was a different person.
I
Yeah.
pretend to be
Rob
a
the
fool.
Proud of you,
Ruleman.
mate.
I pretend to be a fool. I'm not.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
A fool. Ish.
where'd you land, Rob?
I would like to keep all the rules. It ensures everybody has a good time. So yeah, the
Yeah.
rules for me.
I'm the same. I don't think I.
You
could
look disgusted with yourself.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't just be that dick at the table, even if the game was the best thing ever, and me just going.
Well, is it you doing it? Is it?
What?
Is it you doing it?
Yeah.
All of us.
All
I
of
thought,
us,
I thought it'd be
individually.
everyone abandoning the rules.
No,
yeah?
you individually.
Oh, so I abandon the rules.
Yeah, you abandon all 50 etiquette rules.
But that'd be fine then.
But you play the best game that you've ever played.
Yeah, but that's
But you're
going to be fun
a dick.
because I'm not.
But you're a dick to
I'm
everyone
not going to be
around
any
the table.
different.
No, you will. Come
Yeah,
on.
you will.
If you abandon the rules, I thought you meant everyone abandons the rules and there's just chaos at the
No,
table because
you.
that would be more interesting. There's someone else over there like waving a rum around. There's someone there with a kebab throwing it around.
You're at convention and you're the one that's the issue.
Oh no, I wouldn't want to
Oh,
do that.
well, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the point.
That's the difference now.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
average.
and everyone's looking at you going, really?
No.
And you're
Couldn't
rubbing it
do
in
that.
people's faces. You go, get on with your turn. Get on with, oh, bloody hell. And then you take ages on your turn just because,
No.
you know,
No.
all of that. No?
No,
Oh.
I've seen people
There we go.
do that and get a bad name for themselves. I couldn't do that.
Okay, so he's turned 180. That's good to know.
I thought it was everyone.
He was afraid of the cancel culture.
Yeah.
Davy's been cancelled.
Cancel. Hashtag cancel Davey.
That sounds like a normal game we play anyway.
That's a normal Saturday night for
Yeah.
us, isn't it? Right, let's move on to the penultimate turn. And it's time for our penultimate turn. We are nearly at the end of the show, and we're going to talk about what we are excited about. So, Rob, I'll come to you first, my friend.
Well, tomorrow night we've got a very exciting event up.
We have.
We are going to be playing Too Many Bones with your son.
We are. Josh kind of says every now and then, he sees me play games with you lot, and he kind of goes, I want to be a part of that, which is cute, right?
I mean, who wouldn't want to be?
I know, we're awesome.
We are pretty cool.
Rock
aren't we?
stars.
We're pretty cool. We're rock stars in his eyes.
Because he gets jealous because you've just abandoned him.
I
Is that
think
reason-
it might be all the hours I don't spend with him, maybe.
Give him a few years when he's a
Yeah,
teenager.
yeah,
He
yeah,
won't be
there
so
you go.
interested.
And he said, and we've done it before, right? We played a game night with him a few months back, and this time he said, "Oh, Dad, can I play Too Many Bones?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!"
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what we're playing.
So yeah, tomorrow night.
Nice.
So we get an early start. Obviously, we play a short campaign. You don't want it to go on too long.
Yeah, short tyrant. Yeah,
But it would be a really good laugh.
it'll be the first time we're getting Unbreakable out as well. So I think we are picking. Well, I'm Figment. I'm going to pick Figment. You're picking Gale, right? The Iron Man of Gearlox.
Iron Man of Gearlox.
And I think
That's literally what he said. He was like, I've got this character or this character. I was like, you had me at Iron Man.
yeah. And Josh, I think, is going to try Tantrum with my help because he's not the simplest, but
No.
he likes the look of Tantrum.
So yeah, really looking forward to that tomorrow night.
Nice, Curly.
Well, it sounds like we're getting up JP's ass here, but probably our little 1v1 Sunday. That'll be it. Yeah, looking forward to that.
What are you playing?
We were talking about Septima, and we were talking about Netrunner,
Yes.
so we'll see what happens.
I
but
assumed you were
we're
going
flying by the seat
Rebellion.
of our pants.
Septima 2-player would be interesting.
Becky might be getting involved with waiting to
Ah.
see. So, she's not very well at the minute, so we'll see how she's panning out. But
Yeah.
Fair.
No, but I thought it'd be quite good to come around. I've not been around yours for a long time. So
Yeah,
I thought
so-
we can get some games in.
yeah, just looking forward to a casual little, session with JP.
How about you, Davey?
I am going to be playing Shatterpoint this Saturday, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
Bit of Star Wars skirmish
That's
game.
a nice follow-on from our last episode because
Yeah.
we did Star Wars and
Yeah.
we talked very, very briefly about Shatterpoint,
Yeah.
and all we said was, I think it's a bit like Marvel Crisis Protocol,
Yes,
but we don't know.
It is very much like Marvel Crisis Protocol, other than I think it actually randomly has a little bit more randomness to it. It's the only downside people have said, but it looks like there still is quite a deep strategy. There's stances you can pick with with your heroes, or your main captains or your main leaders, which is quite cool. So obviously, suddenly Darth Maul can go into his killing stance and just start murdering everyone.
Nice.
But obviously, it means he's going to be not as defensive. So it has this real kind of tactical play to it. So I'm looking forward to playing that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because I've been looking at that, and even though I bought into Crisis Protocol, I've still not played that much, so we might get that to the table. And then we're probably going to get a Nucleum game in,
Nice.
and maybe a 3-ring Circus. So it's going to be a day of gaming pretty much. So I want to play 3-ring as well and just see how it plays.
Yeah.
There we
That was
go.
another
Nice.
Essen release, wasn't it? That looked quite cool.
Yeah, it's kind of mid-weight, but
Yeah.
it looks like it's got enough kind of crunch to keep me intrigued anyway. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Cool. For me, I have been in a privileged position to get Perseverance Episode 3 prototype literally delivered this week, because I need to learn it, teach it, and basically help play it on Gaming Rules stream and in the future, or coming up in a few weeks, and also do a kind of a demo teach game at GridCon as well. So yeah, I've got literally a copy sat in the corner of the room. Very excited to bust it out. And we had a little taster demo at Essen, as I'm sure you listened to our previous episode, but quite keen to get it around in the gaming group, because I know a few of you want to play it. Kerley.
Hello.
He's very, very keen to give it a whirl.
Yeah,
So-
I enjoyed episode 3, so I am looking forward to playing it.
Exactly.
Whenever.
So we'll. I think we've got a game coming up, more to help me to get the rules in my brain, and then I think the following week we'll be getting on the channel. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
There we go. We got to the end. We're all etiquetted out. I think all the manners have left us.
Yes. Yeah.
Lot to crap through. Just want to say a big thank you to listeners for catching the show. And as we said right at the beginning, we'd love to get your support. Check out the support me or the support the show link on Coffee, and any kind of donations there would be greatly received. If you enjoyed the show and you want to kind of share it with anyone, please do. We'd love to get the podcast out there to the wider community. And if you want to get in touch with us, there's many ways to do it, and they're all in the show notes, and we're not going to list them out one by one because we're tired and the manners have run out.
We've done that too long.
We've done it for too long.
Yeah.
So we're not doing it. But yeah, we'll be back again next time. So whose turn is it, guys?
Don't know.
Mine.
Yeah, you're taking too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.